Good morning, class. Everyone, let's take our seats, get settled, because we have a lot to do this morning. I'm sure you all remembered, I did warn you before the weekend that we are having our big quiz today, our big December quiz. Did you all remember? Did anyone study? Oh, I'm so glad. All right, so I've already explained, but I'm going to do it one more time just to relax you all, because this will not be graded. This is just a quiz to see where you are in your studies. You know, we've spent this whole semester going over facts about every continent, and that's a lot to learn. So this is just a check to see how much you've absorbed, right? So there's no grades. You're not going to be penalized for anything, including spelling. I do want you all to practice your spelling, but we're going to focus on that after the winter break. If you spell it incorrectly, but I can tell what you're saying, it's a pass, right? But I should say, I'm not going to be the one who is grading this. Your classmates are. What we're going to do, here's how it's going to work. You need to get out your notebooks, and we're going to use 7 sheets of paper. Almost all the quizzes have 20 questions. One of them will have 15, okay? So we're going to list 1 through 20 in the margin. Just write the answer. Once we're done with the quiz, you're going to pass it to your desk partner, and they're going to grade it. So I do want to tell you all, if you're grading your papers, don't be mean. No big red X's or anything. Remember, this isn't for any kind of points or grades. This is just to see. So if it's wrong, you can put a little X and then write what the actual answer is next to it, so that your partner can use it as their study guide in the next semester, okay? Also, if they did spell something wrong, do not mark them wrong. If you can tell what they're trying to say, it's fine. Just write the correct spelling next to it. So after I give you the 20 questions, we're going to swap papers with our partners. They're going to grade it, and as I give you the answers, I'm going to write them down on the board so that everyone will know the correct spelling of everything, because there are some very difficult words. I'd be very surprised, actually, if someone spelled everything completely correctly. So don't worry about spelling yet. That'll be a problem for the end of the year for the big test, okay? You don't have to worry now. It's just to see where you are in your brain, okay? All right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Great. I'm so glad to hear it. All right, let's get started. We're doing 7 quizzes for each of the continents. We're going to start with North America, okay? Question number 1. What is the largest state in the United States? What is the largest state in the U.S.? Number 2, which U.S. city is nicknamed the Big Apple? Which U.S. city is nicknamed the Big Apple? Number 3, what historic American document was signed on July 4th, 1776? What historic American document was signed on July 4th, 1776? Number 4, what is the national symbol of Canada? What is the national symbol of Canada? No hints yet. Number 5, which Canadian province is known for the Cabot Trail? Which Canadian province is known for the Cabot Trail? Number 6, what Mexican holiday is celebrated on November 1st? What Mexican holiday is celebrated on November 1st? Number 7, which civilization built the city of Teotihuacan? Which civilization built the city of Teotihuacan? Number 8, Which Mayan city is located in Belize? Which Mayan city is located in Belize? Number 9. What is the official language of Belize? What is the official language of Belize? Number 10. What is the capital of El Salvador? What is the capital of El Salvador? Okay. Number 11. What is the largest lake in Central America? What is the largest lake in Central America? Good. Number 12. What is the national dish of Jamaica? What is Jamaica's national dish? Remember when we covered national dishes the other day? Do you remember? It's a very distinct one. Number 13. Which Jamaican is considered the fastest person who ever lived? Which Jamaican is considered the fastest person who ever lived? Number 14. Which Puerto Rican singer is known as the Queen of Salsa? Which Puerto Rican singer is known as the Queen of Salsa? Number 15. Who was the first Prime Minister of Cuba? Who was the first Prime Minister of Cuba? Let's save questions until the end of this quiz. Okay, we'll answer it when we go over all the answers. Who was the first Prime Minister of Cuba? Number 16. Which U.S. state is called the Land of 10,000 Lakes? Which U.S. state is nicknamed the Land of 10,000 Lakes? Number 17. In which U.S. state can you find the Liberty Bell? In which U.S. state can you find the Liberty Bell? Number 18. What is Canada's largest city by population? What is Canada's largest city by population? Number 19. Which island is shared by Haiti and the Dominican Republic? Which island is shared by Haiti and the Dominican Republic? And number 20. In which country can you find El Morro Castle? In which country can you find El Morro Castle? El Morro Castle. Let's see who remembers that one. All right, swap your papers with your desk partner. Make sure you have your red pens out. Let's go through all these answers. All right. So starting with number 1, our question was, what is the largest state in the U.S.? And it is, yep, you all know, it is Alaska. Alaska. Number 2, which U.S. city is nicknamed the Big Apple? That's right, New York City. Let's write that down. Pretty sure you don't need help with spelling it, but there it is, all the same. Number 3, what historic American document was signed on July 4th, 1776? That's right, the Declaration of Independence. I know you just learned that in your history class too. I'll give you an easy one. But let's work on the spelling, right? Declaration of Independence. Your clue there is that it's all E's. There's no A's in independence. Capital I, all the rest of the vowels are E's. Now you can spell independence if you just sound it out. Number 4, what is the national symbol of Canada? Does anyone know? That's right, the maple leaf. Remember, it's on their flag, right? Maple, M-A-P-L-E. Maple's M-A-P-L-E. Maple leaf. Like the hockey team, exactly, leaf. Number 5, which Canadian province is known for the Cabot Trail? Does anyone know this one? No one's brave enough? All right, that's okay. Remember, it's not a graded test. It is Nova Scotia. N-O-V-A-S-C-O-T-I-A. Nova Scotia. Number 6. What Mexican holiday celebrated on November 1st? Exactly. Day of the Dead, or how do we say it in Spanish? Perfect. Dia de los Muertos. Very good. So let's write Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, which literally is Day of the Dead. Dia de los Muertos. Very good. Yeah, they do also celebrate it on the 2nd. That is true if you want to be, pedantic about it. It's November 1st and 2nd, but November 1st is the day after Halloween. That's the big day, right? Which civilization built the city of Teotihuacan? Oh, it's not the Mayans. Good guess, but not the Mayans. The Aztecs, exactly. A-Z-T-E-C. Aztec. Not the Mayans. The next question, though, is about the Mayans. Which Mayan city is in Belize? Anyone? No one's brave enough. That's okay. Kind of a hard one because it's a lesser known city. It is Caracal, it's called, and it's spelled like this. Caracal, all C's, no K's. Caracal. And then, I bet you guys know this one. What's the official language of Belize? That's right, it is English. Remember that Belize is the only country in Central America with English as an official language. The rest are, everyone? Spanish, exactly. I'll write it up here, even though I'm pretty sure you all know how to spell English. There we go, English. Number 10, what's the capital of El Salvador? I know you know your capitals. Yep, that's the easy one, San Salvador. The capital of El Salvador is San Salvador. San Salvador, that's like one of the easier ones to know. Central America is pretty easy for capitals, but that's definitely one of the easier ones, Number 11, what is the largest lake in Central America? Does anyone remember? Yeah, you got it. Lake Nicaragua, which is in Nicaragua. Easy to remember. It is Lake Nicaragua. N-I-C-A-R-A-G-U-A. Nicaragua. Perfect. What is the national dish of Jamaica? Does anyone remember? We just went over national dishes. What was it? Very good. Ackee and saltfish. Ackee and saltfish. So let's spell that out. Ackee and saltfish. Ackee, like that. Remember with the Ackees, those Yeah, big old red. Yeah. Remember? Perfect. And number 13, and then I'm going to erase this and start over. So let's write this last one. Make sure you spell his name right. Which Jamaican's the fastest person who ever lived? Very good. Usain Bolt. It's spelled like this. Usain, U-S-A-I-N. Bolt. Very appropriate name, right? We have the spelling. We're good, we're good. I'm gonna erase. Last call. Okay, time to erase. So we can get the last answers up here for this quiz. There we go. We are on number 14. Oh, who knows this? Which Puerto Rican singer is known as the Queen of Salsa? Any brave volunteers? No? Okay. That's all right. Number 14. The answer is Celia Cruz. Her name is spelled like this. Celia Cruz. Perfect. Number 15. Who was the first Prime Minister of Cuba? Yes, it was Fidel Castro. Was that what you were going to ask about? Yes. Yes, so he was also the first president. When he first took power, he was prime minister. A few years later, he changed his title to president. So he was the first president and prime minister, okay? Easy to remember that. Number 16, which U.S. state is called the land of 10,000 lakes? Very good. Minnesota. Minnesota. Double N's. M-I-N-N-E-S-O-T-A. Minnesota. See the lake there? Minnesota. And then which U.S. state has the Liberty Bell? Where can you find the Liberty Bell? Pennsylvania, also a double N. P-E-N-N-S-Y-L-V-A-N-I-A. Penn, 2 N's. Sylvania. You can even see on my chart here, there's the Liberty Bell. What is Canada's largest city by population? Oh, it's actually not Vancouver. Toronto. Very good. It is Toronto. Is Toronto. Toronto. Ron, like Ron Weasley. Number 19, which island shared by Haiti and the Dominican Republic? Very good. Hispaniola. Let's make sure we spell that right. Hispaniola. 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 And number 20, in which country can you find El Morro Castle? No brave volunteers, that's okay. It is Cuba. C-U-B-A, Cuba. All right. Do we have the spellings for these? Pretty straightforward. Let me erase that so we can get on to the next quiz. Make sure you get another piece of paper out. And yeah, hand your quizzes back to their owners. Let's do South America next. Here we go. South America. You ready? You ready? You there? Okay. Here we go. Starting off with an easy one. What is South America's longest river? What is South America's longest river? My necklace is... There we go. What is South America's longest river? Number 2, in which city can you find the Christ the Redeemer statue? In which city can you find the Christ the Redeemer statue? Number 3, the samba originated in which country? If you need a hint, that is a dance. The samba originated in which country? Number 4, the tango originated in which country? also a dance. The tango originated in which country? Number 5. What Incan city is Peru's biggest tourist destination? What Incan city is Peru's biggest tourist destination? Number 6. What type of meat is ceviche made with? What type of meat is ceviche made with? Number 7. What country is the world's leading producer of emeralds? What country is the world's leading producer of emeralds? Emeralds, emeralds. Number 8. Which desert is located in northern Chile? Which desert is located in northern Chile? Number 9. The Galapagos Islands are part of which country? The Galapagos Islands are part of which country? Number 10. In which country can you find Angel Falls? In which country can you find Angel Falls? Number 11. What large salt flat is located in Bolivia? It's the world's largest salt flat, if that helps. What large salt flat is located in Bolivia? Number 12. What is the world's highest navigable lake? What's the world's highest navigable lake? Remember, navigable means you can sail a boat on it. You can navigate on it. The world's highest navigable lake. Number 13. In which country can you find the Nazca lines? In which country can you find the Nazca lines? Nazca lines. Number 14. What was the capital of the Incan Empire? What was the capital of the Inca Empire? Number 15. What Brazilian martial arts combines dance, acrobatics, and music? What Brazilian martial arts combines dance, acrobatics, and music? Number 16. Which Colombian city hosts the Feria de las Flores? Which Colombian city hosts the Feria de las Flores? Number 17. What is the highest active volcano in the world? What is the highest active volcano in the world? It is in South America. We'll talk about it after. I promise you it's in South America. Number 18. What is the capital of Guyana? What is the capital of Guyana? Number 19. What is the official language of Suriname? What is the official language of Suriname? And number 20. What is the capital of Uruguay? What is the capital of Uruguay? Are we good? All right, let's swap papers with your partner and let's go over these answers. Let's see, starting with number 1, which I'm pretty sure we've all got. What's South America's longest river, class? The Amazon. Amazon, perfect. The Amazon. Number 2, in which city can you find the Christ the Redeemer statue? Very good. It is Rio de Janeiro. If they just put Rio, that's also acceptable because that's also what the city is called. Rio de Janeiro. But if they just put Rio, that's okay. I'll take it. Rio de Janeiro. Number 3, the samba originated in which country? That's right, Brazil. It is Brazil. Remember, that's what they dance at Carnival, is the samba. Brazil. Number 4, the tango originated in which country? Very good. Argentina. Although it also kind of happened in Uruguay. So if they put Uruguay, I guess that's okay. But the tango is very Argentinian, okay? The one I'm looking for is Argentina. But if they put Uruguay, sure. I mean, it was just across the Rio de la Plata. Number 5. What Incan city is Peru's biggest tourist destination? Machu Picchu. All right, let's go over how to spell Machu Picchu. We have not talked about that yet. Machu Picchu. All right, so here's how you know. The first word, 1 C. Second word, 2 C's. 1 and 2. Machu Picchu. Okay, the second one is 2 C's. The first word has 1 C. Now you know, okay? Machu Picchu. Number 6, what type of meat is ceviche made with? Fish. Sure, I will take fish, but the one I'm looking for is raw fish. It is, I mean, you probably don't need help spelling raw fish, but there it is nonetheless. It is made out of raw fish specifically, okay? So if they put fish, that's fine, but raw fish is the one I'm looking for. Number 7, what country is the world's leading producer of emeralds? It is Colombia. Very good. I'm glad you remembered. Colombia. And remember, no U's in Colombia. Colombia. Because that's how they spell Columbus's name. Without a U. Colombia. Colombia is the capital of Ohio, right? Colombia is the country in South America. Number 8, what desert's located in northern Chile? I know we just covered this very recently. Very good, the Atacama. Atacama. A-T-A-C-A-M-A. That's an easy one to learn how to spell. Atacama. The Atacama. Number 9, the Galapagos Islands are part of which country? Oh, it's not Chile. I think you're thinking of Easter Island. How about the Galapagos Islands? Good guess, but I think you're thinking of Easter Island. The Galapagos is Ecuador. Very good. Ecuador. E-C-U-A-D-O-R. Ecuador. Ecuador. The very muddy Galapagos are part of Ecuador. Yes. Number 10, in which country can you find Angel Falls? Yes. Venezuela. Very good. I feel like that's an easy one. Venezuela. Venezuela. Don't forget that other U. Venezuela. Number 11, what large salt flats located in Bolivia? Does anyone remember? You want to take a shot? Oh, I get what you're saying. That's not quite how it's pronounced. It's Salar de Uyuni. Salar de Uyuni. Let's spell it. It is Salar de Uyuni. Salar de Uyuni. Just like that. And number 12, what's the world's highest navigable lake? You betcha. It is Lake Titicaca. I know, everyone's favorite lake. It's the best name ever. Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca, right? The world's highest navigable lake. The highest elevated lake you can sail your boat on. Number 13, in which country can you find the Nazca lines? You think you know? It is Peru. Very good. Don't be hesitant. It's okay if you get it wrong, but amazing if you get it right. Don't hesitate if you think you know. You've got it. It is Peru. P-E-R-U, Peru. All right. Are we good on spelling? Actually, I think I could fit some more over here. I think we actually have space. Let's see. Number 14. What was the capital of the Inca Empire? What was it? No, it's not Machu Picchu. It's not Machu Picchu. Do you know? You do know it is Cusco. Very good. Cusco. Just like, have you all seen Emperor's New Groove? It's one of my favorite movies. The main character's name is Cusco. And that'll help you remember. Cusco is spelled C-U-S-C-O. Cusco. Cusco, like that. Number 15. What Brazilian martial arts combines dance, acrobatics, and music? Anyone? Anyone? No one's brave? That's okay. Don't worry. It's called capoeira. Capoeira. Let me spell that out for you because it is Portuguese. And Portuguese has a lot of extra vowels and things in their words. It's kind of like French. Let me make sure I spell it right up here. Yep. Capoeira. Capoeira. Right. It is part dance, part almost kind of like karate, I want to say. Like very light martial art, but set to music with dance steps. It's very Brazilian. Which Colombian city hosts the Feria de las Flores? No one? How about this? I'll give you a hint. Let's see who actually knew it. It's a city we discussed very, very recently. What was it? Do you think? It is Medellin. Very good. Medellin. Let's make sure we spell that right. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Medellin, just like that. Medellin in Colombia. We were just talking about Medellin. I'm glad you remembered. Remember, don't feel ashamed if you think you know it. Raise your hand if you get it wrong. It's whatever. Don't worry about it. What is the highest active volcano in the world? Be brave. Very good. See? Ojos del Salado. You remembered. Awesome. Ojos del Salado. Let's make sure we spell that right. Ojos del Salado. Ojos del Salado. Now, what was your question before, Hithel? I think I know what it is. Okay, so yes, let's talk about Mauna Kea real quick, because Mauna Kea is an active volcano, and it is the highest if you count the sea floor. If you go from the ground up, Ojos del Salado is larger, but if you measure it from the ocean floor up, it's a massive, massive mountain, right? But we typically don't count from the sea floor. We count from the actual earth. So if you want to be extra like that, you can say it's Mauna Kea, but the highest active volcano is Ojos del Salado, okay? Don't get too nitty-gritty about things. It's very good that you knew that, though. What's the capital of Guyana? You know your capitals. Very good. Georgetown. We'll let someone else answer number 20. Georgetown. Georgetown. Remember, they're an English-speaking country. They have an English name for their city, right? What is the official language of Suriname? Oh, you know. That's right. It is Dutch. They speak Dutch there, because it used to be a colony of The Netherlands, exactly. All right. Not looking over here. What's the capital of Uruguay? Very good. Montevideo. I know you knew it. It's okay. There'll be more capital questions. Montevideo. Let's make sure we spell that right. Monte and then video, how we would say it. But it's pronounced Montevideo. Montevideo. All right. I'm going to leave that up there. Make sure you get your spelling. And then when it's done, hand it back to your desk mate. And we can get started on the next quiz. Show of hands when you are ready to quiz. And can I just say you guys are all doing awesome so far. I'm really proud of you guys. I kind of wish I was grading this so that I could see how good you're all doing. But no, you're going to take these home and study them, right? Not during vacation, though, because no one should be studying over vacation. All right, our next continent is going to be Africa. Africa, okay, 20 questions about Africa. Are you ready? Hands up if you're ready. Let's go. Number 1, easy peasy. What's the longest river in Africa? What's the longest river in Africa? And the world, but let's be specific to Africa. The longest river in Africa. That really gave it away, didn't it? I think everyone knows it anyway, it's fine. Number 2, in which country can you find the Masai Mara National Reserve? In which country can you find the Masai Mara National Reserve? Masai Mara. Number 3, what mountain overlooks Cape Town? What mountain overlooks Cape Town? Number 4, what is the second highest peak in Africa? Because I know you all know the highest peak in Africa. What is the second highest peak in Africa? Number 5, what is Africa's most populous country? The most populous country in Africa. Okay, number 6, what is the capital of Morocco? What is the capital of Morocco? Morocco. Number 7, what ancient Ethiopian city is famous for its rock-hewn churches? What ancient Ethiopian city is famous for its rock-hewn churches? Remember, rock-hewn, we were going over this, means it was carved out of the rock. They didn't take the rock and put it there and build a building. They took a big rock and carved it out. That's what rock-hewn means. Rock-hewn churches. Number 8, who was the first president of Ghana? Who was the first president of Ghana? Remember we talked about our very important Africans that day? We talked about him a lot. Who was the first president of Ghana? Number 9, what is the capital of Tanzania? What is the capital of Tanzania? Tanzania. Number 10, what is the largest country in Africa by area? By size on the globe, right? What's the largest country in Africa by area? Number 11, what is Africa's largest lake? Pretty sure you guys know this. What's Africa's largest lake? Number 12, what is the largest island nation in the world? And Africa. What is the largest island nation in the world? You guys look like you know this. I'm proud of you. Number 13. What is the capital of Mozambique? What is the capital of Mozambique? Mozambique. Number 14. What was South Africa's policy of segregation known as? What was South Africa's policy of segregation known as? Remember, don't worry about spelling. Number 15. What landscape covers most of Niger? Remember your world maps, pictured in your mind. What landscape covers most of Niger? Niger. Number 16. What is the capital of Rwanda? What is the capital of Rwanda? Number 17. What is the most active volcano in Cameroon? Do y'all remember when we talked about this? What is the most active volcano in Cameroon? In Cameroon. Number 18. In which country can you find the Magadi-Gadi salt flats? In which country can you find the Magadi-Gadi salt flats? Magadi-Gadi. Is that making you put the country and not making you write Magadi-Gadi salt flats? Number 19. Which Senegalese island is synonymous with the slave trade? Synonymous kind of means like it goes hand in hand. Like you hear the name of this island, you think of the transatlantic slave trade. It's like what it's known for the most. So which Senegalese island is synonymous with the slave trade? And number 20, what is the capital of Cameroon? What is the capital of Cameroon? Are we good? We got through it. It wasn't that hard. Well, maybe for you. Maybe for other people's it was harder, so let's be a little respectful, okay? Let's swap papers and let's get through all these answers. Let me erase these. I'm sure we all have our spelling of these by now. There we go. All right. Let's go through some Africa questions. I'm not even going to bother looking. Just yell it out. What's the longest river in Africa? Exactly. The Nile. Nile. Here we go. The Nile River. I'm glad you all know that. In which country can you find the Masai Mara National Reserve? You remember? It is Kenya. Very good. Remember, the Masai Mara borders the Serengeti. The Serengeti is in Tanzania. Masai Mara is in Kenya. That's where the Great Migration happens. Which mountain overlooks Cape Town? Yep. Table Mountain. Very good. I probably don't have to tell you how to spell table. Table Mountain. You could just abbreviate it. Speaking of abbreviations, what's the second highest peak in Africa? So we know the highest is Kilimanjaro. What's number 2? It's very nearby. You got it. Mount Kenya. Very easy to remember. And surprisingly, it is in Kenya. The country is actually named after the mountain. Mount Kenya. And it's in the same mountain range as Mount Kilimanjaro. They are neighbors. What's Africa's most populous country, It is actually not Egypt. I know that's very easy to think. That's number 2. It is Nigeria. Very good. Nigeria does have more people in it than Egypt. But, you know, populations change all the time, right? We just learned this year that Lagos is no longer Africa's most populous city. Who remembers what it is, by the way? Kinshasa. Very good. It's now Kinshasa. Isn't that interesting? It could change at any time. We just have to keep an eye on the numbers. What is the capital of Morocco? I already raised your hand before I even finished. It is Rabat. Very good. It is not Casablanca. It is not Marrakesh. It is Rabat. It's almost spelled like robot, but it's all A's, right? Like robot, but A's. Let's see what ancient Ethiopian city is famous for its rock-hewn churches. Anyone? Anyone? No, that's okay. Don't worry. It is Lalibela. La. All single L's. Lalibela. Lalibela is where you can find those beautiful, beautiful churches. Lalibela. Exactly. Lalibela. Who was the first president of Ghana? Okay. No, it was not Nelson Mandela. Very, very good guess, though, because he was a very important president in Africa, but he was South Africa. He was their first black president. How about Ghana? Go ahead and try. Do your best. I'll understand. Close enough. Kwame Nkrumah. I was kind of hard with that L. So Kwame, spelled Kwame. Nkrumah is Nkruma. Kwame, oops, H. Kwame Nkrumah. So you barely pronounce that N. It is there. You have to almost not say it. Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah. Very important person. I know you remember. You just couldn't remember how to say his name. That's okay. Kwame Nkrumah. What's the capital of Tanzania? Okay, fine. Dodoma. Very good. The capital of Tanzania is Do, like the bird. Ma. Dodoma. What's the largest country in Africa by area? Is Algeria. Very good. Algeria. Remember, it was Sudan until 2011, and South Sudan was formed, and now it's Algeria. Very good. What's next? Oh, what's Africa's largest lake, class? I knew you knew it. Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria. Victoria, like the Queen Victoria, it's named after. And like Victoria Falls, although they're nowhere near each other, two different British explorers named two different places after Queen Victoria. What's the largest island nation in the world? It is Madagascar. Very good. Madagascar. Largest island nation, meaning the whole island is one country, okay? It's not like Malaysia, Indonesia, where it's multiple islands for one country. It's one island for one country. What was next? What's the capital of Mozambique? Someone else. Very good. Maputo. Mozambique, Maputo. Mozambique, Maputo, right? Mozambique, Maputo. All right, what is South Africa's, or what was, I should say, South Africa's policy of segregation known as? Apartheid. Very good. Apartheid. Let me spell that out because it is Afrikaans, and they kind of spell their words a little funny too. It's based on Dutch, and in the Dutch language they spell their words a little funny too. Apartheid, like that. Apartheid. You can see the word apart in there because they kept races apart, but that's not been in effect since 1994. Nothing to worry about there. What landscape covers most of Niger? Desert, sure, but it is desert, but I want you to be specific. It's the Sahara. Let me write that down. Sahara. It is a desert landscape, but I need you to specifically say Sahara Desert landscape, okay? If they put desert, whatever, it's fine. I know what they meant. What's the capital of Rwanda? Go ahead. It is Kigali. Very good. Kigali. Kigali. There we go. One of the cleanest cities in the world, Kigali. What's the most active volcano in Cameroon? Who remembers? Mount Cameroon. Very good. Mount, remember MT short for mountain, remember? Cameroon. Oh, close my nose there. Mount Cameroon's the highest mountain in Cameroon. If you didn't know, now you know. Mount Cameroon is the highest mountain in Cameroon. It's a very active volcano too. In which country can you find the Magadi salt flats? Yes, it is Botswana. Why were you so enthusiastic about that? Oh, it's where Taylor Swift filmed the Wildest Dreams video. It's where Taylor Swift filmed her video. Botswana. Botswana. Remember, the people there are the Tswana. Botswana. Land of the Tswana. Which Senegalese island is synonymous with the slave trade? Anyone remember our history? That's okay. Gorée Island. Gorée is how we'd say it in English. In French, what they speak in Senegal is Gorée. But we'll pronounce it in English. It's Gorée Island, and it's spelled like this. Gorée with an accent. Gorée Island. Remember that short for island. Gorée Island. Say Gorée. But don't worry, we'll just say it in English. And then what's the capital of Cameroon? Okay, very good. Yaoundé. Probably the one that's the most fun to say. Yaoundé. Let's make sure we get that spelling. There's lots of vowels in there. Yaoundé. Yaoundé. All right. Go ahead, fix that spelling if you need to. Pass it back to your partners. Get out your next sheet of paper. We're more than halfway done. And let's do our next quiz. Which continent do you think is next? Asia? Europe? It's Europe. Let's do Europe next, okay? 20 questions about Europe. Number 1. What landmark was built for the 1889 World's Fair? What landmark was built for the 1899 World's Fair? Number 2. In which city can you find St. Mark's Basilica? In which city can you find St. Mark's Basilica? Number 3. What is Bavaria's beer festival known as? What is Bavaria's beer festival known as? Remember we discussed where Bavaria is. What is their beer festival called? Number 4. Which architect designed La Sagrada Familia? Which architect designed La Sagrada Familia? Remember, don't worry about spelling. Number 5. Which city-state fought the Persians in the Battle of Thermopylae? Which city-state fought the Persians in the Battle of Thermopylae? Number 6. What river runs through London? What river runs through London? Number 7. What Dutch artist painted Starry Night? What Dutch artist painted Starry Night? Remember, Dutch means the Netherlands, right? Number 8. What palace is located in St. Petersburg? What palace is located in St. Petersburg? Number 9. In which 2 countries can you find the Matterhorn? Remember, the Matterhorn is on the border of 2 countries. What are they? What are the 2 countries that the Matterhorn sits on the border of? Number 10. What meat is used in escargot? What meat is used in escargot? Escargot. Number 11. What pilgrimage route ends at Santiago de Compostela? What pilgrimage route ends at Santiago de Compostela? Number 12. What prehistoric monument is located in Wiltshire, UK? Don't look over there at the pictures. What prehistoric monument's located in Wiltshire, UK? I saw more than half the class move their head over to the picture of me there. Don't look there. Number 13. The Parthenon is a temple dedicated to which goddess? The Parthenon is a temple dedicated to which goddess? Number 14. Who painted The Last Supper? Who painted The Last Supper? Number 15. Which Swedish activist is famous for the school strike for climate? Which Swedish activist is famous for the school strike for climate? You guys can tell I know you know the capitals. I don't need to quiz you on capitals of Europe, do I? Number 16. Which river runs through Paris? Which river runs through Paris? Number 17. Who composed the Ode to Joy? Remember, composed means writing a piece of music. You don't so much write music as you compose music. So who composed the Ode to Joy? Number 18. In which tower can you find Big Ben? Remember, we talked about how Big Ben's not the name of the tower, it's the bell in the tower. What's the name of the tower? Number 19. Which band wrote Dancing Queen? Yeah, you remember when I brought in my album, yeah. And number 20. Flamenco originated in which country? Flamenco is a dance. Flamenco originated in which country? All right, you guys look like you got this one in the back. Let's switch papers and let's go over the answers. Let me erase this. There we go. Goodbye, Africa. Hello, Europe. Number 1, what landmark was built for the 1889 World's Fair? The Eiffel Tower. Let's check the spelling on that. It is E-I-F-F-E-L. Tower. There we go. Eiffel Tower is how we say it in English. In French, it's Eiffel. Not as exciting. The Eiffel Tower. Remember, we were just talking about the World's Fair. They just announced where the 2030 one's going to be. They call it the World Expo now. Do you remember? Riyadh. Yes, Riyadh. Remember that. Number 2. In which city can you find St. Mark's Basilica? Venice. Very good. It is in Venice. That big pointy tower in that big square in Venice is St. Mark's Basilica. Very good. What is Bavaria's beer festival known as? Oh, a lot of you guys know this. Oktoberfest. But remember, we have to spell it like they do in Germany with a K. Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest with a K. In English we put a C, but if you're talking about the festival, make sure you put a K. Number 4, which architect designed La Sagrada Familia? Good, it's Gaudi, they pronounce it. Antoni Gaudi, let's spell that out, because it is Spanish. Antoni Gaudi. Antoni Gaudi was his name. And no, it's not done yet. They're hoping in the next couple of years or so, in our lifetime, it will be done, I promise. At least I hope so. Number 5, which city-state fought the Persians in the Battle of Thermopylae? Remember when we talked about Greek city-states? It was Sparta. Very good. Sparta were the warriors. Athens was the scholars, right? Or at least until they had to fight Sparta, right? But yes, Sparta. Which river runs through London? The Thames. Very good. The Thames. Let's spell that out because it's spelled a little strange. The Thames River. The Thames River. That is how you spell it. It is pronounced Thames. Which Dutch artist painted Starry Night? Vincent van Gogh. Very good. Let's write that out. Vincent van Gogh. Now, if you go to other countries, his name could be pronounced differently. I know in England they say Van Gogh, but here in America we say Van Gogh. So, easy to remember. Van Gogh. What palace is located in St. Petersburg? Well, yeah, the Hermitage Museum is in this palace, but it's not the name of the palace per se. I'm not going to accept that as an answer because that's not the name of the actual palace. Who knows the name of the actual palace? I know you know. Yeah, the Winter Palace. See, you know. I knew you knew. The Winter Palace. Winter Palace. And yes, the Hermitage Museum is inside the Winter Palace. See, I'm really glad you knew that because not a lot of people know that. But it is called the Winter Palace. In which 2 countries can you find the Matterhorn? Yeah, you know Switzerland is one. What's the other one? Yep, Italy. Good job. Switzerland and Italy. Mostly Switzerland, but it's technically in 2 countries. And in Disneyland, yes. You can also see the Matterhorn in Disneyland. What meat is used in escargot? What is it? It is snails. Yes, escargot is snails. Snails, that's right. It's not bad. I've had it. It's not bad. Little buttery, but it's fine, you know. It's totally fine. Let's see what's next. What pilgrimage route ends at Santiago de Compostela? No one? Okay, that's fine. Camino de Santiago, which just means the road to Santiago. Camino de Santiago. Camino de Santiago is what people walk, sometimes barefoot, to Santiago de Compostela, the holy site. What prehistoric monument is in Wiltshire, UK? It is Stonehenge. Yes, I have my picture of me at Stonehenge over on there, and I did show you before. I guess you guys get that one. Stonehenge. Stonehenge. Of the Parthenon's a temple dedicated to which goddess? Who remembers when we went over Greek and Roman goddesses and gods? It is Athena. Very good. Because it's in Athens. It's dedicated to Athena. Athena. Very good. Who painted the Last Supper? Leonardo da Vinci. Let's write out his name. Leonardo da Vinci. That C is a CH sound in Italian. Leonardo da Vinci. Number 15, which Swedish activist is famous for the school strike for climate? Greta Thunberg. Very good. Let's write her name. Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg. Very good. What river runs through Paris? Ooh, you all know. Just shout it out. Very good. The Seine River. The Seine, spelled like this. Seine is how it's pronounced. That's how it's spelled. S-E-I-N-E. Seine. That is how you say it in French too. It is the Seine. Who composed the Ode to Joy? It is Beethoven. Let's write his full name since we're writing full names here. It is Ludwig Beethoven. Which one's the Ode to Joy? It's the one that goes dun 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 dun. Yeah, you guys know that one. That's your mom's ringtone. That's so funny. Which tower has Big Ben inside of it? Very good. The Elizabeth Tower. You remembered, named after the late Queen. Elizabeth Tower. So when you see Big Ben, remember that's not Big Ben, that's the Elizabeth Tower, but you can call it Big Ben. What band wrote Dancing Queen? Who remembers when I brought in my Swedish pop? You know I love it. You have ABBA. ABBA. A-B-B-A. ABBA. And then flamenco is from which country? Where do they do flamenco dancing? Spain. Very good. It is in Spain. There we go. All right, I'll leave that up for you guys. Let's get a new piece of paper. Turn your papers back to their respective owners. And let's go over Asia, shall we? Let's go to Asia. All right, hands up when you're ready. Hands up when you're ready. All right, here we go. Number 1. In which country did Confucianism originate from? In which country did Confucianism originate from? Number 2. What Indian mausoleum is considered a symbol of love? What Indian mausoleum is considered a symbol of love? Number 3. What is kabuki? What is kabuki? Be as specific as you can without giving me a whole essay. What is kabuki? Number 4. What country would you be in if you were eating kimchi? What country would you be in if you were eating kimchi? Number 5. What is the Indian Festival of Lights called? Remember, it just happened a few weeks ago. What is the Indian Festival of Lights called? Number 6. What is the capital of Saudi Arabia? What is the capital of Saudi Arabia? Number 7, what is the tallest mountain in Japan? What is the tallest mountain in Japan? Number 8, what river is sacred to Hindus? What river is sacred to Hindus? Number 9, what is the capital of Thailand? What is the capital of Thailand? Number 10, what is the largest city in India by population? What is the largest city in India by population? Number 11, what is the largest archipelago in the world? Remember, archipelago is a group of islands or an island chain, right? An archipelago. What is the largest archipelago in the world? Number 12, which Chinese dynasty began construction of the Great Wall of China? Remember, we went over Chinese dynasties a while ago. Let's see who remembers. Which Chinese dynasty began construction of the Great Wall of China? Number 13, what Korean martial art is also an Olympic sport? What Korean martial art is also an Olympic sport? Number 14, what trade route connected China to the Mediterranean? What trade route connected China to the Mediterranean? I like when I see you all start writing without having to think. Number 15. Who is considered the leader of Indian independence? Who is considered the leader of Indian independence? Number 16. What city is the capital of geisha culture? What city is the capital of geisha culture? Remember, we talked about what a geisha is. Number 17, what is the world's deepest freshwater lake? What is the world's deepest freshwater lake? Meaning not salt water like the ocean. Number 18, what is the tallest mountain in Asia and the world? What is the tallest mountain in Asia? Number 19, what country is nicknamed the Pearl of the Indian Ocean? What country is nicknamed the Pearl of the Indian Ocean? And number 20, in which country can you find Petra? In which country can you find Petra? All right, class, switch papers, you know the drill. Let's get to these answers. Oops. There we go. Let me erase this. All right. Number 1, which country did Confucianism originate from? China. Very good. China. Probably don't need to show you guys how to spell China, but there you go. What Indian mausoleum is considered a symbol of love? The Taj Mahal. Yes. Taj Mahal. What's a mausoleum? A place where a tomb is kept, or someone very important is buried. That's a mausoleum. Number 3, what is kabuki? Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah, we got it. I just needed Japanese traditional theater or Japanese theater. It's got to at least have Japan and theater in there. So let's just put Japanese theater. Japanese theater. Number 4. What country would you be in if you were eating kimchi? South Korea, yes. I suppose you could be in North Korea too, yes. But most likely you'd be in South Korea, let's be real. Let's just say South Korea. Because you could be in North Korea, but I doubt you'd be in North Korea, period. Number 5. What is the Indian Festival of Lights called? Ooh. Go ahead. Diwali, very good. It's spelled like this. Diwali. There we go, Diwali. Yes. What's the capital of Saudi Arabia? It's Riyadh. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I told you to remember. It's spelled like this. Riyadh. There's a silent H at the end. Riyadh. What's the tallest mountain in Japan? Let's call it out. You all know it. Mount Fuji. Very good. Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji. Number 8. What river is sacred to Hindus? The Ganges. Very good. The Ganges River. Ganges. Very good. Number 9. What's the capital of Thailand? Ooh, a lot of you guys know. I'm proud. Go ahead and just call it out. Bangkok. Yes. It is Bangkok. Bangkok. What's the largest city in India by area? Okay. It's not New Delhi or Delhi. That's actually the largest by, did I say area or population? Oh, okay. What's the largest in population? Because by area, you are correct that it's Delhi. By population, it is, who knows, Mumbai. Very good. Mumbai. What's the largest archipelago in the world? Indonesia. Very good. It is Indonesia. Over 13,000 islands in Indonesia. What Chinese dynasty began construction of the Great Wall of China? Anyone? Who's brave today? Go ahead. Very good. Not okay, so you can say Qin, but it's really Qin. Say Qin without pushing your lips out. Qin. There you go. It's spelled like this. Qin. The Qin dynasty. Not the Qin, the Qin. Good job. You know it. What Korean martial art is also an Olympic sport? Taekwondo. They do Taekwondo, don't you? That's how you know. Let me spell it out so everyone will know how to spell it also. Let me spell that correctly. Taekwondo. Teachers make mistakes all the time. Taekwondo. Very good. What trade route connected China to the Mediterranean? The Silk Road. Very good. The Silk Road. We talk about that so much in history. Silk Road. Who was considered the leader of Indian independence? How about you? Gandhi. Very good. So you can say Mohandas Gandhi, you can say Mahatma Gandhi, or you can just say Gandhi. So let's just put Gandhi. His actual name was Mahatma Gandhi. His nickname was Mohandas Gandhi, which means like father figure. But if you say Gandhi, people know who you're talking about. What city is the capital of geisha culture? It's not Tokyo. Good guess, but it's not Tokyo. It sounds like Tokyo. Kyoto. Very good. It is Kyoto. The traditional capital of Japan is Kyoto, where they do lots of traditional things, especially do geisha performances and things like that, tea ceremonies and stuff. What's the world's deepest freshwater lake? Anyone? Go ahead. Lake Baikal. Very good. Lake Baikal. I'm glad you remembered. Lake Baikal is like the most fascinating lake in the world, I think. There's like way too many cool facts about Lake Baikal. What's the tallest mountain in Asia, class? Mount Everest. Mount Everest. Very good. Glad we all know that. If you didn't know that, I would be kind of worried. What country's nicknamed the Pearl of the Indian Ocean? Anyone? No? Well, I'll let you know it is Sri Lanka. Because if you think about how Sri Lanka is shaped, it's kind of teardrop shaped, kind of pearl shaped, right? The Pearl of the Indian Ocean is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. That is how you pronounce that. Sri Lanka. And number 20, in which country can you find Petra? Petra. Remember we looked at so many pictures of beautiful rosy Petra? It is in Jordan. Very good. Jordan. Perfect. All right, we're almost done, guys. Let's give our quizzes back to their rightful owners. Get another piece of paper out, list it 1 to 20, because we're going to talk about Oceania. This is probably going to be one of the harder topics, I know, so I tried to go a little easy on you guys. We'll go more into detail about Oceania after the winter break. But, yeah, it can be tricky, but I try to give you, like, the easiest of the hard questions. All right, are we all ready? Perfect. Number 1, what is the largest island in Oceania? What is the largest island in Oceania? Number 2, which country is split between its North Island and South Island? Which country is split between North Island and South Island? Number 3, on which island can you find the Moai? On which island can you find the Moai? The Moai. Number 4, this one might be difficult. What does Aotearoa translate to? What does Aotearoa translate to? Remember, Aotearoa is the indigenous name of New Zealand, right? What does that name actually translate to? Number 5, what landform was once named Ayers Rock? What landform was once named Ayers Rock? Number 6, which nation was once called the Friendly Islands? Which nation was once called the Friendly Islands? From what I understand, they still kind of nickname themselves that, but it's not the official name of this country. Number 7, what is the world's smallest independent republic? We talked about this a lot. What is the world's smallest independent republic? Number 8, what is the capital of Papua New Guinea? What is the capital of Papua New Guinea? Papua New Guinea. Number 9, what is the traditional dance of Hawaii? What is the traditional dance of Hawaii? Number 10, what is the capital of Fiji? What is the capital of Fiji? Number 11, what is the Maori war dance called? What is the Maori war dance called? Number 12, Which island is famous for the rhinestones? Which island is famous for the rhinestones? Tricky one. That's okay. Number 13. What is the highest peak in Australia? And don't worry about spelling, right? What is the highest peak in Australia? Number 14. Which country has a bird of paradise on its flag? Which country has a bird of paradise on its flag? Number 15. What is the traditional Hawaiian greeting? I should say, what do they say in Hawaii to greet someone? What is the traditional Hawaiian greeting? Number 16. What Maori greeting includes pressing noses together? What Maori greeting includes pressing noses together? Number 17. What is the national flower of Australia? Kind of a hard one, I know. Take your best guess. We talked about it in class. Number 18. In which country can you find the Kwajalein Atoll? In which country can you find the Kwajalein Atoll? The Kwajalein Atoll. Number 19. What is the most populous city in New Zealand? Which city in New Zealand has the most people in it? And number 20. What's the capital of Australia? What's the capital of Australia? When you're ready, you know what to do. Let's go. Let's keep this train rolling. Pass to your desk mates. And let's get these answers out. There we go. Okay, number 1. What's the largest island in Oceania, class? Very good. It is definitely Australia. It is definitely Australia. Number 2. Which country split between North Island and South Island? Well, too many of you know. Go ahead, shout it. New Zealand. Very good. New Zealand. There we go. Number 3. On which island can you find the moai? Easter Island. Very good. Easter, spelled just like the holiday. Easter Island. Very, very good. All right, let's see if anyone knows this. What does Aotearoa translate to? Go ahead. Very close. Land of the long white cloud. Let me write this small. I don't think you guys need help with spelling. Land of the long white cloud. Land of the long white cloud is what it means. Number 5. What landform was once named Ayers Rock? Uluru. Very good. Uluru. Uluru. Number 6. Which nation was once called the Friendly Islands? What do we think? Well, not Fiji. Good guess, though. Not quite. What do you think? Tonga. Very good. It is Tonga. T-O-N-G-A. Tonga. Tonga. Number 7. What's the world's smallest independent republic? It is Nauru. Very good. Nauru. It is indeed Nauru. What's the capital of Papua New Guinea? Port Moresby. Very good. Port Moresby. Awesome. Port Moresby. What's the traditional dance of Hawaii called? Yes, the hula. It's H-U-L-A, hula. Oops. The hula. What's the capital of Fiji? Go ahead. It is Suva. I'm so impressed how you know all your capitals. Suva. It is Suva. What's the Maori war dance called? The haka. Very good. It is the haka. Yeah, that's the one where they stick their tongues out. You're right. It's very cool to watch, huh? What island's famous for the rye stones? Does anyone remember? No, no one's brave enough? That's okay. It is Yap. Yap. Y-A-P. Yap is the name of the island. Yap Island in Micronesia. All right, what's the highest peak in Australia? Close enough. Kosciuszko. Okay, it is Mount Kosciuszko. Now it's a Polish name. My goodness, but that's not how they pronounce it in Poland. That's how they pronounce it in Australia. So let's spell this out together. K-O, make sure I get it right. S-C-I-U-S-Z-K-O. And they pronounce it Kosciuszko. Okay, Mount Kosciuszko. Again, it's named after a Polish person. That's not how they say it in Poland. That's how they say it in Australia. Mount Kosciuszko. Which country has a bird of paradise on its flag? Which is it? Papua New Guinea. Very good. Papua New Guinea. We're going to go more into flag stuff at the end of the winter break, so glad you got a head up on that. What's the traditional Hawaiian greeting? What do you say to someone to say hello in Hawaiian? Aloha, yes. Aloha. Very good. And then what Maori greeting has you pressing noses together? No one? That's okay. It's the hongi. I'm not sure we talked about that really. The hongi, spelled like this. Hongi. It's a greeting where you press your noses together. Like in Moana, yes. What's the national flower of Australia? Anyone? No. Good guesses. It's the golden wattle. Remember that big old ugly looking flower? The golden wattle. W-A-T-T-L-E. The golden wattle is their national flower. In what country can you find Kwajalein Atoll? Oh, not Kiribati. Good guess. You're in the right neighborhood. Not Micronesia. Good guess. You're in the right neighborhood. Yep, the Marshall Islands. Very good. Marshall Islands. The Marshall Islands. What's the most populous city in New Zealand? Yeah, it is Auckland. Let's make sure we get that spelling. It is A-U-C-K-L-A-N-D. Auckland, it's pronounced. Auckland. What's the capital of Australia, class? Ooh, we got a mix. It is Canberra. Remember, it's not Sydney. Canberra. Canberra is the capital. All right, we're almost done. One more quiz to go. And yeah, it's about Antarctica. I know that's one we haven't talked about very much, but we've talked about it enough for me to quiz you on it. So let's get into it. Antarctica. Let me know when you're ready. Hands up, hands up. When you're ready. Antarctica. And then we're going to go out and stretch because we've all been sitting for way too long. I know I've been standing for way too long. I'm going to need a stretch too. Okay, here we go. Number 1. Where was Antarctica's coldest temperature recorded? Remember we talked about places with the highest temperature, lowest temperature, highest everything, lowest everything. The lowest temperature ever was at Antarctica. Where was it? Number 2, what is Antarctica's largest active volcano? What is Antarctica's largest active volcano? Number 3, what is the highest point in Antarctica? What is the highest point in Antarctica? Number 4, who was the first person to reach the South Pole? Who was the first person to reach the South Pole? Number 5, which country runs the McMurdo Research Station? Which country runs the McMurdo Research Station? Number 6, what is the largest creature that lives on Antarctica? And don't put humans. Humans don't live there permanently. What's the largest creature that lives on Antarctica? Number 7, what was the name of Ernest Shackleton's ship? What was the name of Ernest Shackleton's ship? He was the guy that got stuck there. You're right. Number 8, which ocean surrounds Antarctica? Which ocean surrounds Antarctica? Number 9, which country operates the Princess Elizabeth Station? Which country operates the Princess Elizabeth Station? Number 10, what is the driest area of Antarctica called? What is the driest area of Antarctica called? Number 11, what is Antarctica's largest ice shelf? What is Antarctica's largest ice shelf? Number 12, what is Antarctica's largest lake? What is Antarctica's largest lake? Number 13, which country operates Scott Base? Scott Base. Which country operates Scott Base? Number 14, what is Antarctica's largest island? What is Antarctica's largest island? And last one, number 15, what station is located at the South Pole? Specifically the South Pole. What's the name of the station at the South Pole? All right, let's get this done. Swap those papers once you're ready. I know that one was tricky. It's probably the hardest quiz, to be honest, but we went over that a bit ago, and I hope we remember most of it. But again, if you don't, totally fine. We get to study it more later. All right. I think I'm just going to go through the answers because this one's kind of tricky. I won't pick on you guys to see who knows and doesn't know it. I'm just going to write them out. Number 1, Antarctica's coldest temperature was at Vostok Station. Vostok Station. Number 2, Antarctica's largest active volcano is Mount Erebus. Mount Erebus. Number 3, the highest point in Antarctica is the Vinson Massif. The Vinson Massif. Number 4, the first person to reach the South Pole. Actually, who knows this one? We talked about him a lot. Roald Amundsen. Good job. Rolled, spelled like this, Amundsen. Amundsen. Number 5, the country that runs McMurdo is the United States. So remember, if they put America, if they put USA, they put United States, they put United States of America, all correct. It is the USA. Number 6, the largest creature that lives in Antarctica is the emperor penguin. So if they just put penguin, I'm not going to accept that because there's so many different types of penguins. And a few of them live in Antarctica. You have to be specific. It is the emperor penguin, okay? The name of Ernest Shackleton's ship was the Endurance. Endurance was the name of his ship. Oh, who knows this one? I know you guys all know this one. The ocean that surrounds Antarctica is the Southern Ocean. Very good. The Southern Ocean. Yeah, we definitely know our oceans at this point. The station that operates Princess Elizabeth, the country that operates Princess Elizabeth Station is Belgium. It's probably one of the harder ones on here. It is Belgium. Belgium has a station in Antarctica called Princess Elizabeth. The driest area of Antarctica, this is one where if you didn't know this one, you're going to learn it now. The driest area of Antarctica is called the Dry Valleys. Okay, the Dry Valleys. Dry Valleys is the driest part of Antarctica. Barely even gets snow. It's a very strange place. Antarctica's largest ice shelf is the Ross ice shelf. Antarctica's largest lake, appropriate that it's up here because it is Lake Vostok. Lake Vostok, just like Vostok Station. Which country operates Scott Base is New Zealand, actually. New Zealand operates Scott Base. And Antarctica's largest island is called Alexander Island. Alexander Island. And then the base that's at the exact South Pole is called, just like this guy, Amundsen Scott. Amundsen Scott. All right. Yeah, the two guys who tried to race to the South Pole, Amundsen got there first. All right. When you're done grading, pass those back, and we're going to go outside for 5 minutes and have a good stretch. Does that sound nice? Let's have a stretch. And then we'll talk about the continents that we struggled over the most, and we'll go into more details about the areas that we had the hardest time with, okay? All right, get up, let's go. We gotta stretch. Let's go, let's go, let's go.